Hi everybody, it's Claire with another art journal video. So today I'm playing in the Blue Media Edition journal from Dina Wakley, and I'm going to be playing on a double page spread, and I'm using this magazine image as my focal point on this page. So you can see I'm just cutting it out, getting it ready, and then the next thing I'm going to do is add some gesso to the pages. So the reason I'm adding this is because this paper, it's very, very thirsty, and I didn't want it to eat all the paint too quickly. I wanted to be able to control it a bit better. So once that was dry, I then went in with some black acrylic paint. I'm using a fairly dry brush to start off with, and then I did add some water. You notice that in some places the gesso isn't quite dry, and it is picking some of that up as well, but that really didn't matter. So this is a stencil from the Stencil Girl Club, and it is the one from October, and it's the Shaw and Doobie mashup one. It's great. I love the text part on it, so that's the part that I've used there. I'm just adding it onto the black. And then this is a darkroom door stencil, so this is one of my favourites because it's got circles. You know that I love circles and dots and anything around. So I'm adding some of that on the page too, using white to add that. So just building up those layers of interest on those three parts of colour that I've put on the page. So at the minute it's quite a monochromatic page too, starting with just like blacks and greys and white, and just building it up the interest to start off with. So once that was dry, I'm then sticking this image in place using a glue stick. And the image that I've picked is also black and white, which is kind of what gave me the idea for doing the page in those colours too. And then I thought I would have a pop of colour and create a crown for this lovely lady. Why not? She should have a crown. I kind of think it goes without saying. So I was just trying to work out whether it would look better, okay with her hair popping out the crown. Did it really matter? Cut a bit of hair off, stuck it back on, faffed about a bit, decided it really didn't matter whether the hair had disappeared in the crown or not. So decided I would just put the crown on anyhow. So rubbed off the pencil marks, and then I'm just going to, I can't remember whether did I stick it in place first, and then I think I added some doodling onto there as well once it was dry. So I'm just using like a fine liner sort of pen and just doing some outline on there and a bit of a pattern as well. Okay, and then of course she's got to have some pink cheeks. Don't know why, but I just like to do that to some of my figures. I think it just makes them look quite cute, really. And then this was a bit of an experiment which didn't work brilliantly, but I think it would do if I'd heat cured it properly. So I'm using a Versamark pad to use the embossing powders, and I'm embossing onto clear tissue paper. So I'm like I say, I think if just having a penguin biscuit there as well. Whoops, confession time. I think the problem and the reason this didn't work properly was because I didn't heat cure it for long enough, and so when I used the gel medium to stick it down, it kind of loosened off the bits that weren't stuck down properly. But I can't see any reason why this wouldn't work really well as a way to create some collage tissue paper that has a bit of texture. And maybe if I'd just used a plain white embossing powder rather than a sparkly one, that might have worked better too. But certainly there were some areas where it did work really well. So it's something I am going to try again. And I think sometimes with mixed media art journaling, that is what it's all about. It's like thinking, I wonder if this will work. What if this will work? Giving it a try, and sometimes it does work really well and sometimes it really doesn't. So you can see that's heat cured. It looks like it's heat cured really well. But like I say, when I then used the gel medium to stick it down, it did lift some of it off. So I think I perhaps just didn't do it for quite long enough. So give it a try and let me know in the comments below if you've managed to get it to work any better than I did. I can't see why it wouldn't work, so I am going to try again, definitely. So then just using the matte medium to stick that in place. And you can't quite see here, so some of it did stay, but like I say, some of it lifted off, but it didn't matter. I wasn't really bothered. I really just wanted to create a little bit more interest and texture on the page without detracting from everything that was there. So then I'm using the white Posca pen and I'm just adding some patterns and shapes onto this lady's clothes. So starting off with circles, which I'm then outlining using a black fine liner, and just doing like scribbly lines going around those too. Just about sort of building the interest and just playing really and having a bit of fun. So this is the Alpha Block stencil and mask set from Dina Wakley, and I'm just using this permanent red violet light from Amsterdam Acrylic to stencil on some words, and I'm just stenciling on two of the main words in my quote. I'm going to do the word dare and dream, and then I'm just going to handwrite the bit in the middle. Dare to dream, I think, is what I put on this page. So this is a really quick way to get some text onto your page, and it does give it a very uniform look because obviously it's from this stencil. It also comes with little mask letters too, which are great for doing this as well. They are a little bit more fiddly. And then I'm just going around them using a black fine liner again, just helping them stand out a little bit better. And then I'm just using this Posca pen to add in the rest of the quote. And you can see this is quite an effective way to get that writing on your page if you're not too sure about doing your own writing. Then I'm just handwriting the other bits on, and you can see I'm just like adding a bit more definition to one side of those letters. Just helps them stand out a bit better. And there we go, that's the finished page. Quite easy, quite quick, but lots of fun playing with monochrome colours with a little pop of pink. So thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I will see you again soon.